This is my hair after a 2-month experiment where I traded out derma rolling for this one product. This regrowth is just from one product. Now, a lot of people came to me saying, well, how do you know that it was this one thing versus the other things you were doing? How do you know it was just the derma rolling versus the rosemary oil? Or maybe it was some minoxidil that you used in the past? Or maybe the dutasteride that you took from years and years ago kicked in, which I highly doubt. I didn't take dutasteride for longer than a year, and it was just from the beginning of 2020 to the beginning of 2021. And after a year of seeing no progress, I quit. I have read on Reddit forums that some people didn't see progress until 2 years later. Who knows? Maybe I would have benefited from it. But right now I am benefiting from derma rolling. Now I'm just down to one time a week. My basic routine, let me get the products. So right now my routine just consists of derma rolling once a week. I use Nizoral shampoo about every 2 days, sometimes every day, depending on my workout schedule. And then after that, I always apply the Jamaican black castor oil, strengthen and restore leave-in conditioner with shea butter, peppermint, and apple cider vinegar by Shea Moisture. Wow, that's a mouthful. If you watch my video where I was talking about rosemary, you'll know that I found out that rosemary oil was only thickening my hair. And I recently did the same experiment with peppermint oil. I used peppermint oil only for 2 months. I didn't do anything else. I didn't use, I didn't derma roll or anything. I cut my hair down as usual. I don't believe oils really work to regrow hair, at least in my case. Like, I know it doesn't work for me. The oils only thicken my existing hair. So if I were to regrow hair with derma rolling or some of the other things that I've done, because there are other things throughout the year that I've done, I take 2 months to really focus on one thing. So in the 2 months that I focus on peppermint oil and the 2 months that I focus on rosemary oil, I didn't notice any significant regrowth. I noticed a lot of growth as far as the diameter and thickness of my hair. Like, it would take those like vellus hairs. Yeah, they're called vellus. I would take the vellus hairs, and once they got some peppermint oil or rosemary oil, then they would thicken up to turmoil hairs. The same thing applied with the coffee, the same thing with the tea. So honestly, I was like, why keep going this complex route? Why don't I just use Shea Moisture? And so that's what I've been doing, and Shea Moisture has worked just fine at keeping my hair thick. If I do not apply anything, if I don't apply any rosemary, peppermint, coffee, tea, Shea Moisture, whatever to my hair, it gets real thin. Like, the hairs grow, but they just stay thin. And I've heard that's the case for a lot of other people. Like, a lot of people swear that these things don't regrow hair. They did make my hair look thicker instantly, I guess, when like the oils coated the hairs. Now, another reason I switched to the Shea Moisture is because I could not use that oil in my hair on a regular basis without getting serious itchiness. I would have to always wash the oils out of my hair and reapply them the next day. If I didn't, my hair would be like really itching really bad. I've actually created a schedule for the different months, and I've charted my hair length, even like as small as I could, using a ruler and just kind of stretching them out. Like, some things are just too difficult and I don't have the time to do it, but I have been charting my hair growth, and for the most part I didn't even need a ruler. I could see the difference. I could see the months that I just used nothing in the past versus if I used peppermint oil or rosemary oil, and they all did the same. They all increase the speed at which my hair grew as well as the thickness of the existing hairs. So in February to March, I did peppermint oil. Before that, I done rosemary oil. April to May, I tested pumpkin seed oil. June to July, I tested having a consistent sleep schedule. I went to bed at the exact same time and woke up at the same time, making sure to get at least 7 hours of sleep a night. This month in September, I am testing out something that I've never done before, but I've always suspected caused me to lose hair, and that is 420ing. October to November, I am going to stop doing things that men do. I'm going to completely cut out all types of activity and see if that makes a difference in my hair. December to January, I'm going to do a very consistent usage of vitamin D, which will be easier because I won't have the sun influencing it. I can just do pill form and do 5,000 international units. And then maybe in 2026, with a lot of discipline, I can combine everything together and see if maybe I can get some density.
I hope you enjoyed the video and had a nice holiday weekend. Peace.